All right, guys, welcome back. Um, Squaresoft, Square Enix, sorry, still living in the past apparently, um, just had their E3 announcements, and I have to say, up to this point, this is probably my favorite one. Mostly because I don't keep track of Square Enix games that often. Usually just the big ones. So a lot of the stuff on it was kind of a surprise for me. So we're gonna go through this real quick and talk about Square Enix. Man, Square Enix is Enix. Square Enix. E3 showing. So right off the bat, we had Final Fantasy VII, and I have to say that it looked great. The game itself, the fight styles, uh, everything. It got me into it. Now I have to say that I wasn't a Final Fantasy VII fan. I played 8 first. 7 was just like, it's an older game, it doesn't look as good. I don't like the little figures. I played like 15 minutes of it, which isn't enough to judge a game basically on a game that is an open, well, not open world, but big RPG, lots of hours. If it was like a 8-bit game, 2D, 15 minutes might give you 2 or 3 levels, and you can tell if you're going to like a game after that. But not on this. And I was like, nope, I'm going to go back, play my 8 more. 9's coming out soon, I don't need to go back. After seeing this, though, I was like, oh man, 7 looks good. Now I like, should I go back and play 7? Because it's going to be kind of different, where the old one is turn-based, and this one's kind of like hack and slash, but you have the ability to slow down time to do turn-based, not turn-based so much, but pick magic and stuff like that. And it feels like you're playing turn-based for certain parts. I was a little, I don't know what to do. Do I want to get the story with the new graphics, or the story in the way it was done the first time? Decisions. Let me know. What do you think? Better just to wait, play the new game, or play the old game, or do you think both games will be so much different to play that it depends on what style you like more, turn-based or hack and slash style, kind of like. So yeah, moving on. Next up, Life is Strange. So this is one of those games where I was like, I've never played the first one. I do like story-based games. I wanted to play the first one. It did well enough apparently for a second one, so I probably should go back. So I was like, all right, I'll look into it. The next one I was happy to see, though, was Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I was really thrilled when that game came out for the GameCube. I was like, yes, Final Fantasy, back on Nintendo. And then I was like, wait, it's not a Final Fantasy direct sequel type game. Well, not sequels at all, but not a numbered one, at least. I was like, okay, is this game going to be any good? My buddy got it. I enjoyed playing it at his house. I've never played the whole game, though. So for me, I was like, all right, time to get it for the Switch. So I was like, yeah, looks good. It does. I am glad that it is more of a, not a remake. It's definitely just a remaster port, because I like this old figure style now. I like the way the character's design looks, and I hope sometimes when they do remake games, they give you the option to have the old design like this, and then the 3D design. You can just switch in and out, kind of like Halo and Secrets of Monkey Island, where you go old school graphics on the new one. I know, I guess that's probably more work, but I think it'd be a nice treat. So it looked good. I was excited about that. And then so far, so I'm 2 for 2. No, not 2 for 2, but 2 of the games right off the bat. I was like, all right, I'm into it. And then Octopath Travelers. I'm like, all right, already played it. I'm glad it's coming for the PC, so more people can get a chance to play a great game. It is long, and I never did beat it, but for the parts that I played, I enjoyed it. I don't think you need to beat a game to enjoy it, so yes, you'll get some good hours out of it. Last Remnant. So this was another one that I was happy to see. I always wanted to try the game out. And when it came out for the Nintendo Wii, was it? Or am I thinking of a different game? Either way, I wanted to play it. Now that it's come out for the Switch, it's probably time for me to pick it up and try it out. And you know what? For $20, that's not a bad price. So yeah. Next up, they had Dragon Quest Builders 2. I love the first one. It was fun to play. If you haven't played it before, check it out if it's cheap, or pretty much if you're only in for building. I would just wait for the second one. So if you like Minecraft, you like building, try this one out. It was really enjoyable. I've played Minecraft many times, and it never really got to me to wanting to keep playing. Now this one did. I don't know if it was the fact with the first one, if you name your character Link, the story would open up and you felt like you're playing a Legend of Zelda game, and I don't know if that nostalgia and mixed in made me want to play, but yeah, definitely, if you like to build, check it out. It's a fun game. I like the characters, the world design. So yeah, coming out relatively soon. Free demo on the 27th, so that's nice. Okay, Super Circuits. Now, this was another one of those games I was like, all right, so far I'm liking all the games I'm seeing. Some of the games I already know about, but Super Circuits didn't know anything about. I like racing games that aren't realistic. So I like the old school top-down arcade style. You spin the wheel and you're driving around. Road Rash style where you have to beat guys. I do like the Super Hang-Ons. Speed Devils is one of my favorites. Not Micro Machines. Well, the old school Micro Machines, but the newer one, desktop racing for the PS4, I played it on. I forget the name right now, but that was awesome. So when this comes out, I'm like, oh, another racing game, whatever, not really into it. And then all of a sudden, they show you this. So it's kind of like, old top down, but with like more detailed graphics. Actually have to strategize, make your car race the way you want to, can handle differently. So yeah, another one that I added to the list, and I was like, sweet, awesome. Now, will it be good when I play it? I don't know, but I was excited to see it, and I can't wait. Next up, so they had Final Fantasy soundtrack music. I love my Final Fantasy music, but I don't own any of these services. I kind of wish it was just on Pandora for free. I don't know if Spotify is free and if it'll be on there, but I don't know. I don't have Apple Music or Amazon Music Unlimited. So I was like, all right, well, for you fans, there you go. Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringer. I don't play MMOs, so I was like, all right, it does make me want to play though. I watched it. I was like, but I don't like paying a monthly fee for games. I don't know if this one has it, but if I'm going to play monthly fee, I like the Xbox Game Pass with PlayStation Now, where it's like I got a bunch of different games to play. Because to me, I feel like I'd sign up and then I'd stop playing for a couple months and still be paying for the game. So yeah, Dying Light 2. Now, I've never played Dying Light, but after watching this one, I was like, should I pick up the first one? Because it does look like a fun game. So I added this another one up. I'm like, all right, good for Square Enix. The next two, I had no idea about, never heard of. So, they're making their debut over here. Romance and Saga 3. And the best part about this game that I was like, all right, I like my old school, RPGs. I'm fine with that. That's cool. New game. So many other games to play. Not sure I want to play. Then all of a sudden, like, so your decisions alter the way the game goes. It's like, all right, I'm down. Let's play it. And then they have the other saga comes to the west. So, unique storyline, up to 70 allies. I'm like, yeah, okay, thank you. Another game on the list I was happy to see. I love not keeping up with certain games because when you do get these videos, you're not like, I heard it all already. So, yeah. Next up, now I didn't know Final Fantasy had their own like game series on the mobile phones right now, and I have to say, it doesn't look too bad. So this is like a sequel to it, I guess. We're gonna pass all the mobile phone parts, maybe. Okay, so it doesn't look bad. I don't think it's my type of game, but I was like, I may want to check it out because I don't have any phone games that I really like to play. I find they're either too simple to play, or they're just not giving me, they're not holding my attention. So maybe Final Fantasy will. So the other game on the list that I was like, okay, I kind of like Outriders. It is, I don't. I don't know if the game is good, but I did like the trailer. Nothing really in depth, but I was like, all right, it's intriguing, and sometimes intriguing is enough to sell you on a game. And I'm like, all right, we'll kind of keep this in the background of my head, and hopefully it pops up some more and we get actual gameplay. Now, another RPG. So I was like, there's only so many RPGs I can play. I know you're that's pretty much what you're known for, but I was like, all right, let's watch another one, and it looks cool. It's really hard to tell if I'm gonna like it. I do like the art style. How it's not turn based is cool. I like, especially in game. If I have a lot of RPGs, if they're all turn based, I'm gonna be sitting there forever. So I don't know. It's intriguing. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna get it or keep up with it, but I was like, all right. And then the one that sold it for me. I've played the game many, many, many times. I've beaten the game at least 4 times off of memory. It's probably been more, but they finally did it. I was like, you keep giving me the short end of the stick, and they're like, here you go. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. And I was like, finally, you guys have been killing me. It's like, I hope it's physical. I don't remember if I read it or not, if it's going to be, but we finally get my favorite Final Fantasy game. And the kind of the great things I like about remastered games is that they update the graphics, right? But it's to the point where they make the game just look like how you remember it. Like, to me, I remember the game looking great. To the point where it's like, games are never going to get this good looking on videos. Like, this is as real life as you're going to get. How are they going to ever top that? Well, they've done it many times over. But it looks great. It looks like how I remember it. So it's a good way to go play the old games that you like on new consoles, and they look like you remember. Not when you go back and you put it on a PS1 on a HD TV and you're like, that doesn't look good. To me, I throw it on my CRT and it looks just like I remember, but it's kind of like, it's a good way to happen like that. So I'm going to get it just because I want it, as long as it's physical, hopefully. If it's not, I hope Limited Runs does something. And then their final shebang, at first I thought Final Fantasy VIII was going to be there, and I thought this was a little weird. So they announced Marvel's Avenger A-Day trailer E3. So I was like, okay, all right, what is this game going to be about? And it looks cool. It's their own little like Marvel world, so it's not continue off the movies or anything. And it's kind of like they're the bad guys, kind of. They destroyed the planet a little bit, and people don't want them around. And I was like, all right, I want to play around with some of my favorite characters and fight in the game. It was nice to see. I liked it. It looked cool. I liked what they were going for. But it was a weird ending for me because I wasn't like, oh, wow, this was the best announcement they could have had. For me, 8 was there, and it was like, okay, Marvel. I just watched 22 Marvel movies. I mean, I love to play the game, but it wasn't like the big ending for me. So it was like, okay, cool. Overall, though, it was a great E3. I mean, I still want to play that Marvel game. It just wasn't like, wow, this was the best one to end with. I think they probably should have had something else under the bag. But overall, it was a great E3. I enjoyed it. My big highlights: 7 remake, 8 finally remastered. Chronicles was great. The Super Car Circuit car racing game was awesome. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed watching it, and that's what you should get out of it when you watch these things. That's why I'm glad I didn't keep up on much of the Square Enix news. So yeah, awesome. Right now, it's my top one. We still got Nintendo tomorrow. So or today for me, because I'm watching this early morning. So yeah, all right, guys. Good night. Keep on gaming. Let me know what your favorite announcement was and which game you're excited for. If you like the video, share, subscribe, like, bell, do all that good stuff. And I'll catch you after the Nintendo E3 Direct.